I've been using the Google Pixel 7a for 3 months, and here is my review. This phone is one of the top candidates for the bust of the year. Stay tuned to the end of the video and I will let you know why. So the Pixel 7a costs $100 less than the Google Pixel 7, but it cuts a lot of corner and a lot of specs in order to achieve this price point. We'll start off with design and build quality. Pixel 7a is made out of plastic. It still has a metal frame, but the plastic back is technically a downgrade from the Google Pixel 7. However, plastic is very durable and reliable, and it feels pretty good in the hand. The phone is also water resistant, which is something that you see a lot of manufacturers cut out in the mid-range price. Even the Motorola Razr Plus, $1,000 phone that does not have water resistant. But overall, design and build quality, Google did a pretty good job with it. If you were to give me this phone and tell me it is the Pixel 7, I would believe you. It feels almost identical to the regular Pixel 7. Next on the list is the display. The 7a has a 6.1-inch 1080p display. Overall, it's pretty solid on day-to-day basis. If you're indoor, it works fine, just like any other cell phone. Basically, all the high-end flagship phones these days are 1080p or above, so no surprises there. The one area you're going to notice a big difference is the peak brightness. It is only about 1000 nits compared to the 1400 nits on the regular Google Pixel 7, and you will see this if you're using your phone outside. It is much harder to see compared to the regular Google Pixel 7. If you are outside in direct sunlight every day, you will need to tilt your phone a little bit in order to get the best viewing angles, and I didn't really need to do that with the regular 7. Next on the list is the performance. The 7a and the 7 on paper both have the Tensor G2 chip, so in theory it should be just as fast and efficient, should be able to handle all the tasks and everything just fine. So on paper it is exactly the same, but in reality the G2 on the 7a is slightly different. The Tensor G2 chip in general runs really hot, even on the regular 7, but on the 7a it runs even hotter. Maybe that's how they're able to achieve the cost savings, but not all G2 chip are made the same, and you can tell that this phone runs noticeably hotter throughout the day. And since the phone is so hot, it results in poor battery performance, and it just simply cannot make it through the day. I would say it lasts about 6 hours on average, maybe 8 hours at best. I start my day at 8 a.m. and by 2 p.m. the phone's already at 20%, and I would spend the rest of the day being connected to a wired cable or a portable battery bank. And even so, my phone never reached 100% by the end of the day, despite being connected to a charger throughout the day. And the heat results in slower charging as well. Even though it is equipped with 18-watt fast charging, it just charges so slow and never really achieve that 100% mark unless you just leave your phone alone and don't use it at all while it's charging. It is also equipped with a 5-watt wireless charging, but that is almost useless if you have your phone and you're using it, such as Google Maps or anything running is enough to make this phone hot and not charge at all. So wireless charging, maybe you turn off your phone completely and just let it sit on a wireless charger. I can see a case where it worked there, but on a normal daily use, it either holds its charge or it just loses a percent or so as you're charging it. Camera is a saving grace of this phone. Pixel are always known for their great cameras, and this one is no different. Currently recording this video on 4K, and overall, results are pretty good. They take great photos, take great videos under all lighting conditions, so this is the biggest benefit of getting the Google Pixel 7a. Software runs on Android 13, which is the latest version of Android. Overall, pretty smooth, responsive, everything works as it should. This is the stock Android experience, the way that Google wants you to use the phone, or the way that it was originally made before other manufacturers slap a whole bunch of other features on top of it. Most annoying part about stock Android for me is just turning Wi-Fi on and off. You have to hit the internet button, and then you have to hit the Wi-Fi button, and then you have to swipe it away. It's at least 2 or 3 extra steps compared to Samsung One UI and a lot of the other manufacturers. It's just one tap, Wi-Fi on and Wi-Fi off. There's never a situation for me where I would want to turn off my 5G. Is either I turn off my Wi-Fi or I leave it on. So I find these extra steps to be unnecessary and not useful. And stock Android in general is pretty bare bone. I personally prefer One UI more with many of the other features that they have. Samsung have a lot of great camera features. such as the dual camera. It allows you to use the front camera and the selfie camera at the same time. If you're recording video, you can switch between the lenses at the same time. And even portrait video, single take. There's so many camera options and features on Samsung phone compared to Pixel. Pixel is pretty bare bone and minimal. It does offer great qualities in those few features that it does have to offer, but I do like having all the different options that Samsung has to offer. Google's only offering 3 years of software update on this phone compared to 4 years from Samsung's latest flagship. Even the A series of Samsung is offering 4 years of software update, so it is slightly disappointing that Google is only offering 3 years. And I know in prior videos I always complain about how the A54 is always like a half a second or a second slower compared to most flagship phone. But at least for that phone, the battery is still pretty solid. The phone does not run hot, so the battery life is on par with the Galaxy S23. Overall, I think the Pixel 7a is a terrible mid-range phone. I would do Uber Eats, DoorDash, mow someone's lawn, or whatever you need to do to make that extra $100 and get the regular Google Pixel 7 instead if you are adamant you want a Pixel phone. Because you're not really saving that extra $100, you are just making $100 worth of compromises, if not more. But the design itself, it looks great on paper, the processor is there, the camera is awesome, the poor battery life and overheating issues is the Achilles heel of this phone. And it's not aging well after 3 months either. When I first got the phone, in the initial week, I was getting 10 to 13 hours of battery life. A month later, I was getting 4 to 6 hours. Currently, in month 3, I'm running Android 14 beta. Results are maybe a tad better, but not really. I'm still around the 5 to 6 hours range. Overall, I think this phone is a lost cause and you're better off looking elsewhere. Let me know if you guys find this video to be helpful. This is my blunt and honest review of the Google Pixel 7a. When I first got it, I was super excited about the price range and all the premium specs, but once reality set in and you actually use it on a day-to-day basis, it is a great camera if you don't mind being attached to a cable all day long, but it is not for me. I love Pixel phones in general, but this one ain't it. My Pixel Fold is coming tomorrow, so I look forward to doing a deep dive on that phone soon. It is also running on the Tensor G2 chip. I have a feeling it's going to be much more efficient and tuned for the $1,800 price range on that phone. Please check out my other daily vlogs on the Pixel 7a if you haven't already. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.